I'm your host, Sam, your favorite YouTuber. I'm so humbled to be your host today. Please subscribe to my channel. Here we learn, we laugh, and we love and live. Welcome. So, how do you prepare your beef stew? I'm pretty sure that everyone has a different recipe, and I appreciate that. I really love diversity. So, how do you see it? If I showed you how I do it, must be fun, right? And adventurous too. Please join me in the kitchen and let me show you my favorite simple method of preparing some delicious beef stew. Wow, let's boil the beef first and make sure that you sprinkle some salt in the beef as it boils and make sure that it cooks completely at the first step. Well, let me introduce you to the ingredients. I will begin with the potatoes. You peel them so well and you make sure that you've washed them clean. We have some pinch of salt to taste. We have some tomato and coriander, that is also called dania. And also, you can think about having some beef cubes, but this one is optional. You must not have them, but if you have them, it's so good. We also have some onions, and I think this makes the list of the ingredients, the key ingredients that we need. So that's it. So we can start, right? Let's do it. So you pour your oil into the sufuria, and I'm sorry I used a lot of oil. I accidentally had a lot of oil in my sufuria. Make sure that you don't use a lot of it. Some people don't like it. Or in other words, you can just pour the oil that you find it good for you. After the oil boils, you put in the beef, but you make sure that it is dry. You first make sure that it does not have the soup. Leave the soup behind. We'll use it later. Now let's do the beef. We fry it. I even had some salt, so that if the salt that you had it when you were boiling the beef was not enough, this one will make it be the most tasty and the most delicious. Ooh, it smells so good. Wow. Dig in with your beef cubes if at all you heard them cooking, and you stir them. Let the beef cook for somewhere about 3 to 5 minutes so that it begins to turn a little bit golden brown. You can now dig in with the onions, and these onions, please make sure that you cook them until they turn golden brown. That is the color of cooked onions. Make sure that they turn golden brown. You stir and give it time. The time may be relative, it depends with the heat that you just used. So make sure that the onions turn golden brown. You just simmer once they are ready. So you can see them right at the corners. At the edges. They look so brown, they look so good. Now dig in with the potatoes and you just stir the mixture. Stir so well, make sure that they mix so well, because now the onions are ready. The beef has been cooking for at least 5 minutes since we began the cooking, and now we've come in to herd the potatoes. This must be the most delicious meal that I've ever had. Trust me, you guys, I've never even made it this perfectly. Don't worry about the sticking at the bottom of the sufuria. I accidentally used a lot of heat, so make sure that you don't use a lot of heat. I hope you're learning, because you learn from my mistakes. Don't make sure that you don't learn from your own mistakes. Please don't use a lot of heat. So let us have that cook for a little while before we get in with the tomatoes. Hey, and this must be so delicious. I like tomatoes, not the tomato puree or the tomato paste, because tomatoes seem to be more natural and healthier, according to me. I don't know what about you. You can drop the comment and we discuss about that. So you herd the tomatoes and you stir the mixture until the tomatoes are cooked completely, so that you cannot see them. Just see the little threads of the fibers. If you all know that fiber is very important in the food, it makes us not to constipate so much when we eat a lot of food. So that fiber is so good. Some people prefer peeling off the tomatoes, but others like me cannot peel them off, and that's the reason I don't like the tomato puree so much, because it does not have the fiber you know. Anyway, let's do this. You stir until the tomatoes are completely cooked before we dig in with the coriander. Coriander leaves. In other words, Kenyans call it dania. That is Swahili. It's so good. And don't worry about me, I'm just tasting it. It smells so good, so I must have to taste it. So don't worry about that. Give it some time to cook. So it's about time we dig in with our coriander or else tanier. We just sprinkle it on the top because it does not have to cook so much. Sorry, it doesn't have to cook so much. Just sprinkle it on the top and you leave it there for a little while. You can now you cover the cooking parts so that it can simmer so well and the smell gets into the ingredients. Now after about 5 minutes, just stir it and make sure that it mixes so well with the ingredients. If you cannot it so well, you cannot add the sticking things the ingredients that were sticking at the bottom of my soup here. And now I will now take the soup. Remember, you don't pour the soup or you just drink it. So people prefer drinking it once they boil the beef, but that's not advisable. With my recipe, you just keep it well so that you come to add it once you're done with all the other steps that I've just taken you through. You add the soup and you give the mixture some time to boil. Now remember that our potatoes are not yet cooked completely. They are cooked, yes, but not completely. So that's the reason we're giving it time so that it does not become so that it is completely cooked. I'm sorry, English is not my thing. So that it's completely cooked. Make sure it boils so well. This boiling is to only ensure that the potatoes are completely cooked, because as you all know and as you have seen, all the other ingredients have been cooked completely, if I'm not wrong. So that's it with the potatoes. It's the only ingredient that was remaining now. This is the most delicious beef stew I've ever made. Trust me, it was the video recipe, but trust me, this must have been the best meal that I've ever had. Wow. So that's it. So simple and affordable. Thanks for watching. I've been your host, Sam. So you must have learned, laughed, or loved the video. Either of the three. I've been your host, Sam. Thank you for watching. Till next time.